Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to yet another Red Dead 2 video. In this video, we're going to be discussing why it is good to be a positive outlaw inside Red Dead 2. So I'm sure as most of you guys already know, inside Red Dead Redemption 2, there is a dynamic outlaw system to where your actions affect how the game works. So by going ahead and doing things like robbing an innocent person in a town, that is going to go ahead and lower your outlaw status. And you can notice when your outlaw status is lowered by seeing a little red hat on the bottom right hand side of your screen. Now, if you do something positive on the other hand, you will see a white hat. So the goal of this video is to go ahead and take a look at Red Dead 2 and the entire storyline and actually see if your charisma and if your outlaw status actually matters. So we're going to be getting into all that stuff in just a few seconds here, so if you have not already, be sure to drop a like and also subscribe down below for more daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content just like this. But with that being said, and without further ado, let's go and hop right on into this video. So I think the best way for me to do this video is to give you guys examples of ways that your outlaw status can affect different situations that you may run into just everyday playing inside Red Dead Redemption 2. So let's talk about the first thing that it affects, which are the random events that pop up when you're playing the game. These events, of course, are syndicated by a little white dot on your minimap, and you'll be able to see those little white dots pretty much every time you play, and they're really cool mini events that can reward you money or even unlock new missions. So I recommend you do them and you do not skip them unless you're already in the middle of something. So getting back to the point here, your charisma level and your outlaw level will affect how people treat you in these situations. So for example, if you have a high outlaw level, which is a positive outlook, people will be able to treat you better and offer you more money for doing something positive. If you have a bad outlook and a bad outlaw level, you would end up walking away with much less money or much less reward, or you would not even unlock extra missions. So again, it really depends how you treat people. Basically, the end consensus is to go ahead and treat people well and treat people the way they want to be treated. So you don't want to go ahead and mess with people that are completely innocent. The only people you want to mess with are the people that mess with you first. The second thing is going to be robberies. Now, this is actually a pretty big one, and I should have put this at my #1 spot, but I did forget about this for some reason. But robberies are something that are going to be affected massively by your level of outlaw. So for example, let's say you go into a bank and you want to rob that bank. If you have a good outlaw level and a positive outlaw look, you would be able to rob that bank much easier because people will not suspect that you want to rob them. However, on the other hand, if you go inside that bank and you're ready to rob it with a low outlaw level and a low charisma level, you will be noticed pretty instantly and people will become wary of you being inside the bank attempting to pull something. So basically, it makes things a lot easier as well if you have a higher outlook. And if you have a lower outlook, it does make things more complicated, but I'm sure people out there will enjoy a little bit more of a challenge with people already suspecting they would get robbed. Next thing I want to talk about here is your fellow outlaw camp, which of course you are living with throughout the game. If you have a high charisma level, people in your camp will treat you better, and this is one of the most noticeable things of the list. If you're in your camp for quite a while, and if you have a high charisma level, you will definitely notice that people are treating you better than if you had a low outlaw level and a low charisma level. People would definitely be not really treating you that well. They wouldn't go up to you and start conversations, and if you start conversations with them, they might brush you off once in a while. Again, this really depends how low your outlaw level is, but it definitely helps to go ahead and have a higher outlaw level because a lot of the time when people come up to you in your camp, they give you pretty vital information regarding new missions and also secret unlockables that you would be able to get without knowing. And the final thing I want to mention in this video in terms of being an honorable outlaw and having a high outlaw level is going to be how people treat you on an everyday basis. So of course, the cool thing about Red Dead 2 is you can pretty much interact with any person inside the game, pretty much any NPC you can talk to in any way you want. And if you greet a random NPC and you have a high honor level and a high outlaw level, they will definitely treat you better than if you don't have one. Now, this specifically doesn't really affect your gameplay, it's just kind of like a mental thing, whether people are treating you better or worse, but it is something to notice, and it is something that your charisma level and your outlaw level do impact. So with all those things I mentioned throughout this video, let's go ahead and transition to how you can raise your outlaw level and impact yourself to be a more honorable outlaw. So So the mindset that you want to have inside Red Dead 2 is going to be the mindset that you're never gonna swing first, but you will always swing last. Now that basically means that you're never going to start something with someone that is innocent, but if someone that deserves it says something, then you will start something with them. So this overall is pretty much a great way to raise your charisma level, simply because people in your camp and your fellow outlaws will enjoy that you're doing something like that, and also random people you run into the streets and in towns will enjoy you because you are treating them well. Now again, as I mentioned earlier, you can tell that your outlaw level is rising and you are becoming more honorable by seeing the little white hat on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Every time that pops up, that means you get a little boost of honorability, and then the more that shows up, the better you will be treated overall in the game. And as I mentioned throughout this entire video, your honor level does definitely affect how people treat you. So next time you load into Red Dead Redemption 2, take some of these hints in and play the game a little bit differently. I'm sure you guys will definitely see some difference if you have a low outlaw level now, and if you do have a low outlaw level, don't be afraid to try out some of the tips I mentioned in this video to raise your outlaw level and treat people nicer, because it will affect your gameplay experience, and I honestly think it will make the game more enjoyable if you're looking for your game to, of course, be more enjoyable with people treating you better and you being able to unlock more missions because of it. Now, I do want to clarify here that you're not going to unlock any main story missions by being a positive outlaw. All the main story missions are going to be unlockable no matter what kind of outlaw you are. Pretty much all of them are able to be played no matter what. However, some of the side missions some of them are actually pretty cool. You will be able to unlock those by being an honorable outlaw, and if you do have a low outlaw level, that will not be an option for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know in those comments down below if you have a good honor level inside Red Dead 2, or are you a bad outlaw? Myself personally, I'm towards the good honor rank. However, I have done some stuff when I was playing around that was just stupid, and it did definitely lower my rank quite a bit. But let me know in those comments down below what your rank is and how people are treating you inside Red Dead Redemption 2. If you learned something new in this video, be sure to drop a like, and also if you have not already, be sure to subscribe down below for more daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content just like this. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll be sure to see you guys tomorrow with yet another Red Dead Redemption 2 video. But until then, have an awesome day, and I'll be sure to talk to you guys then.